Hey, so I know in the past, hopefully the wind is not too noisy. We have been loading the Fineline boats with the front boat facing forward and the back boat facing backwards, which is causing us to load them too close right here in the middle. So here's an option that we have as far as loading. These are two pretty good sized boats. They're not the biggest boat. I mean, the one in the back is one of the larger ones. You can see what I've done. I'm going to walk around and focus on the strapping. So first of all, you see that I have a strap going across the tongue, and that's basically just to keep it from bouncing, up and down. Pulling back from the D-rings in the front, you've got, a strap on each side, coming down to the trailer. I did not, sometimes I will put a strap, in here and come down to the trailer. I didn't do it this time just because the angle is not so steep. But even with this slight angle on these back straps, they absolutely have to go forward. So you see I've got two straps hooked to the boat, the D-ring, and they're coming down, I don't know, 45, 60 degrees. You don't need a protractor. What you just need to do is keep the straps off the trailer. So I could have come back probably, one pocket on each of those two, but this is fine. And basically it's gonna keep this boat from wanting to go backwards. I added another strap going straight down, and that's basically, when you're going down the road, it's going to keep the boat from rocking, this way. It is in the trailer stands, that's great, but we still want to just kind of support that just to make sure that it's not rocking. On the back boat, again, I've got a strap going over the tongue of the trailer to prevent the bouncing. Sway strap on my bars, my uprights. Now, here's something that you can do on the extreme trailers that you can't do on the boatmate trailers. There are these little holes, built into the trailer here, and because the D-ring is so far up in the air, you can hook your hook in these holes and make sure you put carpet so that the metal clip is not raking across the bottom of the trailer, scratching it up. And you can go down to your trailer like that, and that works perfectly fine. I've done this for years and had no damage, no scratches. It's not going to do anything to the boat. Okay, so that's an option. If you want to get a ladder and go up to the D-rings, you can do that if you want, but it's just not absolutely necessary. Again, on the back, I've got two straps angled down but pulling forward on the boat, and you can see that my trailer stands are still pretty straight up and down. I didn't have to run straps to those because when I set it in there, I made sure it was straight, and and as I tighten my straps, I do them a little bit going around, and then it kind of holds it straight. So again, I could have moved that one back to there and this one back to there, and still kept it off of the trailer. But if in certain situations like the boatmate trailers, you've only got a small cutout right here, and then there's another step. Just make sure you always carpet anything that's going to be touching the trailer, if you have to. Anytime you cannot touch the trailer, that's the best thing to do. And again, I have a straight down pull to keep the boat from rocking. Okay, looking from behind. Okay, here's something that everybody needs to be aware of. You see the propeller. Okay, this prop guard is to protect the propeller, but sometimes when they put it on the boat, one of the fins will be sitting right above this. Okay, this trailer's not doing it as bad, but what I'm getting at is you need to make sure that you turn the propeller so that the prop guard is in between two of those, because sometimes this will bow upward and it'll cause the prop guard to bow upwards, and then your prop is going to be resting on the prop guard, and it will easily mess that prop up. So you want to turn it. And the other one's a little closer, so I'm going to show you. But again, on this side, straps coming down, and these boats are so heavy now. You can see I've triple barred it, and it's still starting to bow the bars a little bit. No, it's not going to break anything, but it's just showing you how heavy the boats are. We're up here again, just on this other side, did the same thing over the neck. So let me show you this one here. Okay, so you see this tip right here, okay? If this tip were over here, it would have already been bent because it's below this prop guard. It's actually resting below. So I had to turn this one when we first loaded, we're gonna load it, because I knew this bar was gonna bow some. And you see that it's below the prop guard. So make sure you watch these propellers. And if you have to, wear gloves, because these are sharp. They are kind of hard to turn, but you can do it, you know, manually, just with your own strength. You don't need a special tool or anything. And here we go again on the front boat. Same as on the other side, you know. I try to get my straps to match up, you know, side for side into the same hole. So I'm gonna step back. Okay, so this is just a wider view, and you can see how much clearance I have in between the two boats. Because here's the thing. Yes, we're not supposed to have overhang on these 53-foot trailers, okay? And Washington State has been the only state that has really given us crap. So you can see that I'm probably 3 to 4 feet hanging over the front. Reason being is I want as much space back here between these two boats, even when you load them back to back. There's no reason they should ever be loaded any closer than this. We would rather pay for a ticket that we get for overhang, which may be, you know, a couple $100 or something like that, instead of doing several $1,000s worth of damage because the boats are too close and they end up touching. So there you go. This is just a Fineline load. I use the same setup as Malibu. So when I unloaded, I didn't have to really do anything except maybe move a couple of pockets back, because that boat in the back was bigger than the one that I had from Malibu. Okay, so if we can do it like this, then let's do it like this instead of putting them back to back, and we're getting more clearance. And there you go.